Hello and welcome to Community Post, a bi-weekly CAN TV program featuring local leaders and organizations focused on improving health and well-being in the city of Chicago. Community Post is presented by Foxglove Alliance, which is a public healthcare coalition that's supported by Hectone Institute of Medicine in partnership with the Healthcare Council of Chicago, managed by Third Horizon Strategies and Hectone Nurses and the Humanities. My name is Tacora Love, and I am one of the Community Post's rotating co-hosts. Today in the studio, we are so fortunate to have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Max Downham. Max is the Executive Director of the Illinois College of Surgeons. Welcome, Max. We are so excited to have you. We are anticipating that our audience is going to learn so much about you, as well as our very own Chicago Historical Museum. Which one, you might ask? The International Museum of Surgical Science. If you have not had the opportunity to go to the International Museum of Surgical Science, I can guarantee after this, you'll definitely be going to the International Museum of Surgical Science. So Max, if you don't mind, can you please tell our audience, the city of Chicago, about yourself and your role as an executive director for the International College of Surgeons?
Well, thank you very much, Tacora. It's my pleasure and an honor to be with you this afternoon to talk about the International Museum of Surgical Science, which is a fantastic organization.
It really is.
And I should sign you up for a promotional ad. But it is an absolutely wonderful organization. It's a division of the International College of Surgeons. Founded 86 years ago by Dr. Max Thorak, a Hungarian surgeon trained at Cook County Hospital here in Chicago. And he practiced medicine in Chicago for a number of years. A photographer, a musician as well. So he's quite a man.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. And he left a legacy. He established a legacy, Tacora, that really is to give health care to all in need, not to just a few, but to everyone on the globe. And so his legacy was true in 1935, the year that the college was founded, and it's even more true today in 2024.
Yes. Thank you for that. And my next question you answered, which was, share a little brief history about the International Museum of Surgical Science.
Well, the International Museum of Surgical Science, it's fun to talk about it. It's a division of the International College of Surgeons, headquartered at 1524 North Lakeshore Drive in Chicago, and it's the headquarters of the college as well as the museum. The museum was opened on September 9, 1954, after Dr. Max Thorak purchased the building from the estate of the Diamond Match CEO.
Yes, a redhead.
And which the chair of the Diamond Match Company presented the building to his daughter as a wedding gift. So so the museum was opened September 1954. It has 12,000 square feet, and the reach that we have frankly exceeds well beyond the 12,000 square feet in terms of space because of our communications and people attending the museum or visiting the museum, which at this time is about 50,000 people a year. So we have a lot of visitors. We have in the museum which is in the Gold Coast of Chicago, just across the street from Lake Michigan. It's a lovely setting. We have, in a nutshell, as I would say, three subjects for visitors to see. One are the artifacts, and the purpose of the museum is to promote the art and science of surgery and to educate people. Over the years, as medicine has progressed, surgery has progressed to how it's evolved and where it can go. We'll visit on that, I guess, in a minute or so. But so one are artifacts. Two is the museum building itself.
Oh my gosh.
Designed by the Chicago architect, a well-known architect, Howard Dorn Van Schall. And it is a replica or a copy of the Marie Antoinette's Getaway, and the building on the Versailles campus in France. Wow. So architecturally, it is fascinating. It's extremely historic. It's a replica of the building that Marie Antoinette used in the 1800s. And it's a national, state of Illinois, city of Chicago, landmarked building. Yes. So in addition to number one, the artifacts, a visitor has the opportunity to see this fantastic, this building. And then I think the third area is a series of murals and statues.
Yes,
that are absolutely unique to this museum. You cannot see them except in photographs or whatever. You cannot see them anywhere else. So this is the third item. The murals were commissioned by Dr. Thurak. He commissioned an artist whose name is de Gregory Calvi de Bergolo, an Italian count who did these absolutely fantastic murals. And then there are two French artists, Mr. Link and Mr. Chastain, who did life-size cement statues of some of the pioneers in medicine. So, as I said a moment ago, in a nutshell, a visitor to this museum has the opportunity to see the historic building, murals that are only in this museum, statues, and also artifacts that promote the art and science of surgery. Over the years.
Yes, it's so fascinating. And as a Chicagoan all of my life, I'd never been to this museum. And of course, we both know Cora, right? And, the Hectome nurses and, humanities, we host events there. And of course, it comes down to Lakeshore Drive. And, I went and I was so fascinated. And every single time that we go to host an event there, I get pulled into another direction. One of my favorite places, of course, right now, is the nursing piece that's on the third floor, the classrooms, and it showcases the nursing history. There's a cap, there's a uniform, there's so many different things. And one of the nurses who actually sit on the Hectome Nurses and Humanities board, Mrs. Melody, these are artifacts that she gathered from there. And a lot of events that we host are in the Grand Hall and the statues that are there. The other amazing piece that I like is the actual artifacts that you talk about. We've read about some of those things. You see the images in the textbook, but to see those up close, I'm personally fascinated by medical history. So to actually be a part of that. And then my other favorite place, and Anika will tell you, Anika is someone who works at IMSS, it's a gift shop. I love that gift shop. You get little trinkets. So Max mentioned that the museum is located at 1524 North Lakeshore Drive. The hours of operation Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5, and then Saturday and Sundays, 10 to 5 o'clock. So you can actually look on the website to gather more information. And I hope that you're really, really intrigued by this museum. I am telling you, as Max mentioned, it's a landmark. It is definitely somewhere that you want to go.
Yes.
The summer open majority of the days except the major holidays, and I'm telling you, you can spend a nice amount of time at this museum. Okay, so now that I've spoken about one of my favorite places in Chicago, what is your favorite exhibit at the museum?
Well, I'm not ducking the question, but before I answer that question, I want to acknowledge and thank the Hectone Nurses organization, Cora Palmer, who you referenced. You are all fantastic people. You have consistently worked with us over the years. It is our privilege and our honor to have you come back to us and work with us. So many kudos to you, Tacora, and to Cora Palmer. Nurses, if one reads the statistics, there are not enough doctors, particularly in this day and age of specialties, to satisfy the needs. And so nurses are increasingly providing crucial services to the healthcare of all people, going back to the legacy of Max Thorek. Healthcare is everyone should have healthcare. It's a right.
Absolutely.
So with that, I want to acknowledge you and Hectone. What a terrific organization Hectone is.
Yes, that is one of my favorites.
Now, in terms of my favorite, I'm smiling. I'm going to first of all say that all of it is my favorite.
I agree. I do agree.
So the fact of the matter is, if you go into some of the artifact exhibits, what I see is the opportunity to provide more and more information.
Yes.
And if I look at the building that we are in, the historic building, that's fabulous. And then I never cease to be amazed at the giant murals. Some are large, some are smaller, but the murals that exist that were done by Count de Bergolo, the artist in Italy, for Dr. Max Thorek. So I'm giving you an honest answer. I love it all.
But you know what? I have to agree. I definitely said like the nursing piece of it, but I mean, it is, again, like I said, it is a fascinating place. Every time I go there, I see something else and I get drawn, get drawn to it. And I mean, you can just obtain so much knowledge, so much appreciation for the art and the science of medicine. You really, really can. All right. Can you describe, I think this is one of the questions we ask all of our guests because of, Hectone, we focus on nursing and just the humanity piece of medicine. So typically we ask all of our guests a question similar to this. Can you describe how art and the humanities is important to medicine and healing?
I can do so, and I will do so in my own words.
Yes, please.
Because, as you can tell, I have a few gray hairs. But
only a few, Max. Only a few.
I feel you. But the fact of the matter is that the more I am around the museum, the International Museum of Surgical Science, around people like you and Hectone, the more I realize, and I suppose it's all part of the increased communications about dieting, about how one thinks, the psychology that they have, and so forth. And so my answer to you, as best as I can articulate, is that that the biological health, I think, is of course very, very important, and the genes that we inherit from our families and so forth. But it's also how we live, how we think, the psychology of being positive, which I'm an optimist. I love to. It just comes natural to me to think positively,
That is
and how we exercise and how we work out. I'm a runner, as you know, and so the arts and the humanities provide the modality, if you will, to express
I love that.
the importance of how we think, our psychology, mind over matter, if you will, in terms of health.
Yes.
So the thing that startles me, increasingly so, is that the artist in residence program at the college
read about that.
is focuses on the very question that you ask, which is that this is a portrayal of how the mind, the artistic presentations relate to the biological health.
Yes.
So it is a profound connection, profound impact.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
You know, looking at some of the art, like you get a sense of empowerment,
Yeah.
right? And then just appreciation for where we were and how far medicine has advanced.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, every time I go, I just get so empowered, and it's also respecting the professions and the history and preserving that.
Right.
So many things get lost, but what you guys are doing at the museum is you're preserving that piece.
Yeah.
I love it. I could talk to you all day. I could talk to you all day. Okay.
Thank you.
So what is your future vision for the International Museum of Surgical Science?
Well, I can talk about that for a long time, longer than we have. But in a word or in a phrase, it is an exciting vision. It is an expansive vision. It is a vision that is based upon collaboration, sharing, and giving back.
Yes.
Those are the words that I would coin here in this discussion with you, in terms of that is what our future is all about.
It is.
If you recall, a couple of minutes into this discussion, I said that the museum is a 12,000 square foot building, but it has no relationship in my mind as to the reach, to the promotion of the art and science of surgery, to all peoples of all categories.
Yes.
Whether they're professional doctors or they're people off the street. The fact of the matter is that there is unlimited reach, unlimited opportunities, and it's based upon collaboration, sharing, and working together on the common theme of Max Thorek, which is giving back.
Giving back. Giving back.
That's why I'm at the museum. I'm a retired businessman, but the fact of the matter is I've stayed much longer than I had intended, because it is exciting and it is the opportunity to give back.
Yes, I love that. I love that. So how can the community, that's one piece of it, and then how can the nurses of Hectone, Nurses in Humanity, help you with your vision?
Well, we take all the help we can get. So I think that keep doing what you're doing. If you want a partner with us more, we would be happy to do that. That is unlimited. It's really, forgive my voice, but it's really for us to work together.
Yes.
And we're open to any and all. We're open to volunteers. We're open to people participating in part-time activities or what have you.
Yes.
So we're open to everything, and so that's my way of hitting the ball back into your court and say that it's cooperation, sharing, collaboration, and giving back.
And giving back, yeah. And that's, one of the missions of Hector Nurses in Humanity, and I'm sure many of Chicagoans, is serving others.
Right.
Like, that is what we're here for. So
That's
I
right.
like that you brought up, volunteerism. There's also, when you look on your website, there are lots of events that are hosted there.
Yes.
So I won't, selfishly talk about everything that Hector Nurses in Humanity have coming up for Nurses Week and Med Surg Week, but there are a lot of activities that are there. And you also mentioned like the Artists in Motion, so in residence. So we are very, very excited. Are there any key points that you would love to leave with the audience? You mentioned several things that resonated. Is there anything else that you would love to share?
There's always more that I have. So I think, and thank you. You've been very, very kind, and lest I forget, acknowledge you. So thank you for your being a lovely host. I think that I have two colleagues with me today.
Yes.
One is Jennifer Tron, who is the Chief Financial Officer. She's been with me, or I with her. We work as partners, functional
Yes.
partners, to manage the museum. And we also have the museum operations manager, so Miss Chang, and Anko Chang, and Anko is in charge of obtaining venue or conducting, managing the venue operations. And to this, I want to add a couple of promotional words. Number one, Anko is very, very good.
Absolutely.
And she's a pleasant young lady to work with. And number two, the museum, in terms of being used by the community, is available for consideration in terms of hosting events.
Yes.
And we've hosted some Hectone events there. So it is a unique venue.
It really is.
Situated across the street from Lake Michigan, and it is an opportunity for any organization. We have collegiate organizations, or we have weddings there. It is an opportunity for a group to come in to do whatever or fulfill their purpose, and to have a pleasant time, a pleasant event, and to have the opportunity to wander around
Yes.
on all
Learn.
4 floors of the museum. It is an absolutely unique, unique setting in terms of its position in the Gold Coast, across from the lake. And in the evenings, it's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, it
It's
really
fantastic.
is. It really is.
So I encourage, it's a fun place for volunteers to volunteer. It is a fun place for people to work part-time if they're interested in part-time employment or whatever. It is just a terrific
It is.
organization
It
and
definitely
place.
is. It is. Well, Chicago, you heard it here first, and I hope that you are excited to go and visit the International Museum of Surgical Science. Again, it is located 1524 North Lakeshore Drive. Please take a moment to check it out. You will not be disappointed. I can guarantee you that. We would like to take a moment to thank CAN TV, our community post, Hectone Nurses in Humanity, and of course, Mr. Max Downham. Be safe, Chicago. Thank you.
Tacora, thank you.